What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing Port Adelaide's round 22 clash against North Melbourne, which happened on Saturday night. Very disappointingly, we went down by 86 points in a game that was simply not good enough by the Port Adelaide Football Club. It was an embarrassing performance, especially with the golden opportunity we had to solidify a top 8 spot and really look forward to quite possibly and even most definitely playing finals this year. But now we've blown that opportunity and are on the verge of missing for the 4th time in 5 years, where we haven't won a final since 2014, and now it's becoming a real concern internally, externally, for fans and the players, and of course the club itself. It's really becoming a crisis at the moment. It's really annoying to be a supporter of a football club that just can't be consistent, and especially when you're running a channel that's riding the emotions of week to week. It's kind of hard to really get up and about and try and bring something for you guys, for people that are watching, and for other supporters of other clubs to see different opinions. And when you're riding such a high emotion and such an important game like we had on Saturday night, it was something that you can't fathom as a supporter. You can't accept it. It actually becomes sad, and this isn't going to be something that just is a sob story and you start crying and all these things. I'm not going to get into that. I'll get into the technical stuff in a bit, but as a game as a whole, this is not even an intro. I'm just going to go run. I've got no notes. I've got nothing. I'm just wanting to base this on the feeling of the football club, the feeling of the fans in particular, because we are the ones that drive a team. We're the ones that support the club, get behind them, and I know there's a lot of other aspects of the game that we don't entirely understand or see, but there's just certain things that are common sense. I'm going to start with selection. Lysette, I did question it whether or not we should play. I was actually 50-50. I thought going in unchanged is quite a big reward for, again, Laddams and Ryder, who have been in good touch. But then you come up against someone like Goldstein, and the performance that Goldstein put on Saturday night, he put on an absolute clinic, and Laddams couldn't get to him in the end. And look, we won the hitouts 35-30, but that wasn't the thing that cost us the contest. It was the fact that, one, our midfielders couldn't simply go with Zeeble, Cunnington, and a couple of others that were in there, Higgins as well. We just couldn't go with them. We weren't hard enough at the contest. We had a piss poor attitude. And like Goldstein was just amazing on the ground and in the air. He moved so well. He ran our rucks to ragged. Ryder couldn't go with him. Laddams doesn't have that enough. He doesn't have that part of his game yet. And the one player that we do have, a premiership ruckman, who's on our list, Scotty Lysette, who plays that role. He plays what a Goldstein does. He moves. He's a great ball user. He's great on the ground. He's a great tap ruckman. He competes so hard, and I can understand why he was pissed off when he was dropped. I sort of thought, why? There was no point to it. But then, we saw the Essendon game and thought, okay, Ken, you've done a good job. Sydney backed it up. Although they didn't have a number one ruck, they did their role and they did well. And then we thought, okay, Ken may be onto something here. But then when you come up against someone like a Goldstein, you just know that they're going to need someone like a Lysette. There's a few fans that even went through Essendon and Sydney and thought, hey, now hang on a second. Lysette should be playing regardless of this. It was a piss poor decision. Always refer back to the 7 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents piss poor performances. A lot of people can take that as they will, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, we're in a position where we have to capitalise on other people's mistakes. You look at Adelaide. They got thumped by Collingwood on the weekend. There's your golden opportunity. Somehow, after them getting thumped by the Pies, we ended up below Adelaide. Below them. At the end of the Collingwood-Adelaide game, we had a 6% buffer. That is huge in the context of what this season is about. Huge. We win Saturday night and we go into this week against Fremantle, a game ahead of the rest and a little bit of breathing space. We don't have to rely now on other results. Now we do. Now we have to rely on the Bulldogs losing to Adelaide Hopefully they, 2-3 goal win. We hope Hawthorn get smashed by West Coast, and we have to win by a moderate margin against Fremantle now. The pressure is on us. We don't thrive when the pressure's on us. We know we crumble. Especially in big games. We don't stand up in the big games. We win the games that we have to bounce back from, which, North Melbourne, we get pumped by them. We should bounce back this week on that path alone. But now we're in a position that we shouldn't be in. It amazed me. Sitting down on Saturday night, watching North Melbourne, a team that's 14th. Now, no disrespect to North Melbourne. They were thumped by Geelong. They were obviously going to come out and respond after 1 goal late in a game the week before. I totally expect it. They're a good team. Nothing taken away. Reece Shaw has got them driven. Their players are good. They'll be thereabouts next year in terms of the top 8 again. But as a side like Port Adelaide, who's shown time and time again that we have the ability to beat these teams, knock them off, 4 or 5 goal win, and we come out with a performance like that. Now, you can always tell when Port Adelaide are on or off. You tell in the first 5 minutes. I could tell straight away. Straight away, that first contest, Goldstein splits Boak and Wines in the middle. Runs around, gets a clearance. They go down, pretty much kick a goal. In the first minute, 51. We lost the contested ball by 51. That's unheard of as a top 8 team. 200 more possessions as a side North Melbourne had. They had 514, which is the second most recorded in history. I'm at the point where I usually try and keep a cool head. Right? I know a lot of people will sit here and watch this and they'll think, hang on, Anthony, why aren't you grilling them? Why are you looking at it? I always try and look at it as a perspective where, all right, that's happened, that's fine, we can't change that. But now that it's happened time and time and time again, and we're in a position where we should be making the 8, and we cough up that piss poor performance on Saturday night, I believe in this team. I love this team. Why do I attend every game? Because I believe every single week, no matter who we play, we're going to rock up and we're going to win. I turn up. Some people won't turn up from now on because they've had enough. Their mental capacity can't take what the damage that they've had emotionally from this football team. Now, I love the players. I love, the club. I love Kenny Hinkley. I think he's a great coach. But it's sometimes his stubbornness. It's sometimes, the whole coaching group. It's just all these factors together as one that's turning these performances. Obviously, you're going to blame the head coach. He's making these decisions. Chad Corns came out on radio and said that he doesn't how do you explain that to your supporters, that when our players come out with an attitude like that? It is obviously the coach's right to make sure every single player on the night is motivated. But equally at the same time, it is your own right to be physically and mentally prepared as a player to turn up and fucking smash your opponent. That's what you're paid to do. That's what your job is. And I hate looking at it that way. I hate looking at, it's their job. That's their job. No, it's their dream. Their dream is to play AFL football. And at the moment, even though they're fulfilling their dream, they're not enjoying it. Why? Because sometimes it's actually treated as a job. Where's the bring the fun back to football, Koshy? I haven't had fun this year. I did in the first 6 rounds because we were 4-2 and looking likely to play finals. I thought this masterstroke of getting rid of players and recycling, a couple of oldies and getting rid of them and bringing in the young talent. And the young talent parts work, don't get me wrong. Some of the aspects, some of the different strategies the team and the coach and the club has taken this season has been nothing short of phenomenal. I think massive tick. Certain aspects we've passed, but on-field performance, on-field game plan, that's a tick. Right? We know over the game plan. We sometimes execute it. But why is it one game? It's skills. One game, we just don't have the attitude. One game, we just can't kick for goal. Why is it one thing after another? It's like a puzzle. You put one piece in, and all of a sudden there's another piece missing. Let's put that piece in. Oh, hang on, this one's missing. Time and time again. Now, this isn't so much of a game review. We all saw it. Didn't do the review on Sunday because I just wanted some space. And I think a lot of supporters wanted that too. They wanted some space from this because at the moment it's emotionally draining. And as someone as invested in the football club as I am, and a lot of people are, it takes a toll. And at the moment, when you're in a position, and I've said this multiple times at the moment, but when you're in a position to take your opportunity to make the top 8, you know you're good enough. You turn up against a team that's 14th on the ladder. Nothing to play for but pride. And their pride beats your golden opportunity. It just makes you question, where's our pride? Where's playing for the jumper? Where's playing for our supporters that turned up? I feel sorry for the supporters that turned up on Saturday night. I really do. They should be given some sort of commendation or something like that for supporting loud. They were so loud pre-game. It was amazing. There was energy in the crowd. They were louder than North Melbourne. They're probably more Port fans than North Melbourne fans at one stage. I don't know. A part of me now is just like, can this season finish? And yeah, it's not great to be a Port fan some weeks, and it's like the big ticket roller coaster that I've paid for, and for some reason I just can't get off, and I don't want to get off, but I just want the roller coaster to get to the top and stay there. I want to look at the view. Thanks very much for watching, Port fans. Really appreciate all your support. We're sticking with it. We're going to go for it this week against Fremantle. Anything can happen. I'm not losing faith. I just hope we get the job done, see what happens. But nonetheless, let me know in the comments below what you thought, what you're feeling about last week. And I look forward to seeing you guys with the preview for Fremantle on Wednesday night. Thank you so much for watching, Port fans. My name is Anthony. And as always, come the pair.